Bottom bread? It's a bottom sandwich? Bottom bread? It's a bottom sandwich? Oh, wait, wrong one. Wait. Here we are. Hi, it's me. It's Kaz. How's it hanging? These glasses are already messing with my tracking again. We'll figure it out. We will. I've got the music playing in the background. How's it going? Hi. Okay, nope. Hey, tracking, get back. I'm in a reasonable position here when I'm sitting at this exact distance away. Don't move it. Oh gosh, VTube Studio and like the position of this camera is going to be the death of me because I don't know how I'm supposed to work with this here. Hello? Hi. Wait, did I move? Let me see something. Let me try something here. A little bit better. Okay. How far back can I get? This way? Okay. Looping back here. Can I still bounce? Yes, but now I'm super tall. Hi. How's it going? It's another sleep talk episode. We're going real soft here for the first part. Can I get a wait, I gotta get a quick level check on this. I'll be right back. And by that I mean I am still here. I just need to make sure the audio isn't too much for the BGM here. Let's see. Okay. Camera's up. Audio's on. I'm just seeing if it's hitting me with anything here. Okay. It sounds good. It sounds good. Hi, everyone. Hi, Toast. Hi, Ace. I think, like, the thing I need to ask is, are you all familiar with the concept of the button? Do y'all know about the button? Is this something like you are aware of? Have you been on twitter.com? Let's see what I've got here for us. Which button? Okay, so Toast does not know the button. And I feel like we're going to need to explain this as people come in. Where the hell did I put the browser? There it is. Okay. You don't go on Twitter? That's smart. This was stupid. And not stupid in the way that, like, it's, like, sometimes stupid when people post at the end of the month, like Ace is talking about. But it exposed a lot of things here. And like many things, it starts with Mr. Beast. So, as one does, because his reach amplifies and the entire world sees, and then anyone interacting with it in a quote tweet gets some extra push. This was a game of discourse that he was talking through. So this is the tweet. Everyone on Earth takes a private vote by pressing a red or blue button. If more than 50% of people press the blue button, everyone survives. If less than 50% of people press the blue button, only people who press the red button survive. Which button would you press? Be honest. Now, this is a couple things. You could say it's game theory in the non-MatPat sense, like this is how we play games of chance. I also would like to say this is close to a trolley problem. When it's a trolley problem, it reveals more about, oh gosh, let me see. More about the people answering than it does about the actual statement. And with me and my general idea, like, being right more important than being liked is probably where a lot of people are coming from this. Is this the right one, Ace? Yeah, so this one is a blue check. This one is a blue check. They're for certain getting, they're getting a fat Elon check at the end of the month here. So here's the original one by Tim Urban. I'm not going to go to his page because I don't want to jump to that. So we can math this out. Let me see if I can get like a, let me see if I can do a quick pirate software, and I'll grab like an MS Paint. Paint, where are we at? I need you to be a square canvas, actually. A square canvas would be amazing here. Okay, 900 by 900 will be good. Okay, I'll zoom out. And let me get... What window would this be? Hello, Hungry? Is this including only people who are mature and can actually make children, not like 2-year-olds? That is an important thing to ask. I think the most important thing here is that you tell what your assumptions are. Ace, do I need to go into this man's profile, and am I safe to go into his profile? Pick a window here. Where's my MS Paint? Well, Ace, let me ask this question. Does it matter what he says as opposed to how he originally proposed the thought experiment? Window capture, display capture. No, I want a capture here. Bottom drive. Let me get a paint. Ace, can you DM me the one that you're talking about then? Okay. Something has happened here. I gotta make some sizing. Alright. Thank you, Ace. I appreciate it a lot. Okay, I'm currently looking in my DM, seeing if Ace has something to say. Also, Hungry, you're saying immediately, red button, you're not trusting your life with over 1 billion lunatics, and you... Meanwhile, Hungry's all saying, if you press the red button, you live, and if you press the blue button, you might die. Why would I ever choose the blue button? And I think what we can talk about here is hungry. While I'm trying to find this clarification, do you want to like point out what pronouns did you use in that answer? What form of pronouns did you use when you were making that formulation? It was to put you in my shoes. No, I know, I'm saying. But let me point here, because you were saying things like, if you press the button, so that's a you in the singular sense, you live, that is a singular sense, you might die, singular but in a second person pronoun. So this is where actually the crux of the difference happens, because if everyone has to pick it, you're challenged to think, what would other people pick? And the conditions, at least at face value here, are saying you have to either clear 50% for blue on either side to survive. So if you pick red, like you say, you are saving yourself, then sure, you need to, this is like a Pascal's try. Do you know what a Pascal's wager is? Yeah, give me a sec. I'm starting a poll, give me a bit. All right, so I've got the poll up. We've got Tim's original answer here. And for some reason, my goddamn MS Paint won't show anything. Wef, you have to pick one or the other. If you pick both, it's a null vote. MS Paint, you ungodly canvas. Please, don't make me open up Krita. Am I have to open up basic paint? I think I am. Oh god, I hate this one so much more. Can I turn off the grid? Okay. Currently, I'm seeing 3 votes. I'm seeing enough people in chat. Please keep on voting as we go through this. We'll talk about like what the implications are for each of these choices in a bit. Come on, Paint. Do something here. Is MS Paint a game, do you think? Do you think it's gonna take Paint? No, it's not. Ugh. Okay, right now I'm seeing 1 vote red, 4 votes blue. And that's just in the YouTube poll. Hello, Everest. Welcome. I'm seeing we've gotten another red voter in. Welcome in. Red all the way. Okay. We'll figure this out. We'll figure out how this goes. I'm waiting until we get further enough. And also, I'm trying so desperately to have MS Paint show up on any of these readings. They're just not. I'm going to open up MS. I'm going to open up Paint 3D. In admin mode. Collect. Can I get my undo button here? Should be paint. Okay. In OBS. Window capture. I'm in window capture. Display capture. Okay. Oh, I pressed the 3 button. No, Everest, you were right. I hit the toggle. Okay. Do we see this? Got a white box here. I'm making it nice and small. I'm gonna make myself a little bit smaller right now. That way I can have space to have this next to each other here. Yeah, no, Everest, that's what we're doing here. That's the point of the stream today. Okay. So, checking in on the poll right now. I'm going to leave it up as people come in so they can answer if they choose to. We're looking pretty heavy in the blue. I'm seeing some people talking as if they're looking for red. Everest, I think you're a red voter based on what you said, red all the way. Hungry has also picked red, made that very clear. So, what you have chosen, Everest, is you said it's simple game theory, isn't it? If you care about your own survival, you choose red. If we assume everyone's equally selfish, everyone survives. And I think that's the main thing. This is like a trolley problem. I've been saying this. This question reveals a lot more about what you think about the world and what the values are of people than what the actual problem is. The problem here, if we can all agree on something, would be that there is a mystical game genie that's deciding this vote. But if we are playing along the lines of we have a modicum of control here, we can basically remake Pascal's wager. So I'm going to call this one the win. I'm going to call this one choose. And apologies, I am writing this sideways. So let's say red wins, and you choose red. And you say blue wins, and you choose blue. Let's make this square here. So in one case, where the condition for red, your win con is your choice is R. So in an RB situation, the winner is R. The RB situation, winner is also R. RB situation, R. BB is R. Now let's think about this now here. In a case where red picks and red wins, blue does not get there. In a case where blue wins the poll, red wins, but blue also wins. This is the wrong blue. In a case where red wins and blue loses, blue and blue. So that in this case, if you were going through a simple, this is a me thing, and looking purely on like the win con is me surviving, you are right in that mathematically you will never lose your life if you pick red. Now, think about it this way. Imagine everyone in this conversation who is being presented this choice is aware of the condition. And now we're thinking about the we're thinking about the soul here, or maybe the spirit. The question then becomes, how do we handle 51 versus 50%? Are you game theorying what is the max loss of life here, and does that matter to you? Oh, sorry, I gotta zoom back in here. Thickness here. I'm gonna make this one black, actually, for text. That's the wrong one. I need a pen. Pencil works too. Small thickness, please. Can I get like a better brush? Ugh. Paint, stop doing this. Does T, I'm gonna call it T for Teal Fatality, matter to you? Okay. So I think we've got two opinions here on the hungry side and the Everest side. With hungry, the answer for hungry, it does not matter to you. There go. From your perspective, the correct answer is always going to be choosing red. Yeah, so you don't feel a moral obligation to make sure that people that chose blue survive. And Everest, thank you for elaborating. You genuinely believe that it is more likely for the universe as a collective to act selfishly when this outcome happens to save others. It's more justifiable on an individual level. So, are you taking this from like an absurdist perspective where like the only smart way to do it is to do the thing the blue people are doing that I can't say on YouTube? Herd mentality. Okay, so you're saying blue is herd mentality. No, I'm trying to say like, you know the not the chocolate set, what is it? Oh God, who's the guy, the Starthrow solution? No, I'm sorry. I understand you're saying red is the answer. I'm trying to say blue is doing a Sartre. The absurd and the only way to get out is like a... Is this Russian? No, it's French. Okay, so there's no reason to pick blue except to try to save a few people who rationally chose it. Now, let's talk about the assumptions there. How much is few? How much? Oh my God, I hate this one cell here. Can I get lower? Is a few. Do we have a lower bound for where this becomes a moral quandary to you? Maybe it depends on who you're including. Is it 2-year-olds? I take it as everyone means everyone is clicking a button. So yes, that includes 2-year-olds, it includes the elderly and senile, and it includes the people who are just really, really like the color blue and red. But now my question for both Everest and Hungry is, do you have a lower bound to where it becomes morally dubious to pick red? Now, Everest, I also think that you're trying to use paradox in a way that like does make sense, but how about we frame it this way? Is in blue or red, is one of them taking an action upon the other group? And what does that action become? Do we have a lower bound on when we would cease to say red is a good decision? Or is red an unflappable position? Well, 50%, but it says above 50%. I understand, because that's the win condition. But in the case that blue takes the L, how many people is enough for you to say, maybe this is a lot of dead people? Do we have limits? Do we have... And I'm going to call this optimal fatality. All right. Hi, B. Thanos was cooking. B. Hi. Hello. Okay, so Hungry, I think with your worldview, it is sound. I have no issues. Everest, you're saying at least 50 is the too many. Can we extrapolate that into, like, bodies as opposed to ratios? Because, I mean, clearly, the best way to do this would be to count from, like, assuming 100% people are picking red, and the optimal one is one person picks blue. Like, are we okay with doing the ones who live at Omelas, but on this scale? Okay, so let's take a look at the current population of the United States. Or of the world, okay. Current world population. So, you're okay with just half of the world being gone? Okay. Oh, pushing stuff around here. Let's see. Maybe the people who are smart enough. Okay, but here's the thing. Are we talking, how smart are we saying? Are we assuming everyone is rationally thinking in this same way? Do we account for mistaken presses? My main question is, like, do we ever feel a moral need to do blue? Because right now, Hungry is very clearly saying we do not have the moral, we have the need to be smart and do game theory. Everest, you're hitting somewhere in the middle there. I do want to diffuse a bit what you mean by deserve to live. B, C, B, did you vote red or blue? So, okay, so B voted blue, but has an understanding of the perspective of red vote. Okay, and Everest is acquiescing, saying that it is not the case that they are morally deserving of death, or morally more so. The consequence of the logical option is life. And Toast is getting into what Marvel didn't do, except for that first bit of, like, Endgame. So I just want to point out, I'm actually gonna, like, really quickly, I'm gonna close the paint chat. And I need to take a look at the poll right now to see how we did here. The poll is split at 56-44 blue. So if we were to do this, technically everyone would survive. Which is something. We're a very small group here. Glenn picked the red button. I'm fair to say. You think a lot of people in the world who voted blue are lying? I can understand that, but I want to say, like, what do you think is, like, the moral choice? I think the moral choice is blue. I think the smart choice is red. But I would rather, like, us say that, like, world can be good and choose blue. We're waiting for Glenn to say something here, Ace, if you want to. Well, now, Everest, I do want to check here. When you say appear as morally correct, what if people just actually want to have that moral? I don't... Okay. Glenn, unless you have something, Ace Cook, go for it. I know you've been doing this. Okay, so Glenn's going red. Ace is writing up a dissertation because he's in DMs with people. I'm blocking my face here. I gotta move myself. I'm over here. Hi. Yeah. You are all wrong at every point. Well, I think the thing is, like, do people have a right to choose to end it? And I think the answer is yes. So you can. I'm liking the discussion here, and I appreciate that we're not, like, being terrible to each other. I will put the kibosh if we start talking too much. Okay. Do you feel guilt for the Second World War? Yes, I do, immensely. Yeah. It was a bad thing. On multiple fronts, terrible atrocities happened. See, by choosing blue, you are the issue of putting yourself in danger of death. Is that not more selfish? The only choice that guarantees saving life is my life. So, okay, so we're getting game theory is red. I think we're kind of like, well, game theory in the non-ace way is that. Well, Yumi, let's use this to inform the situation here. Why is it not a question of my morality? Are you assuming everyone is voting rationally? Do you think people would be voting rationally? Do you think people who are not running Pascal's wager would be included in this vote? If this is just a matrix where there are no consequences and you're like, okay, you win with that, but this is about a human life, a conscious human life, you shouldn't judge someone's morals? No, I'm not judging us here for picking the vote. I'm asking us to expand on it. That way we can have the moral, or at least the logical thing there to see if it stands. I think Hungary makes a logical argument here. You don't need to try. Okay. I'm going to look at Glenn. The people who don't vote rationally have to live with the consequence of their own choices. I'm not taking such an immense risk for someone who, given a choice, made a reckless choice. Meanwhile, Everest is saying perhaps 10% are voting irrationally. It's impossible to simulate the same threat level of half the world dying, which entirely changes the polling results online. Ace, could you send... Which one of these is the one? Is it the Chris or the Tim? Because I'm going to pull up either one of them. Oh, the Christo? Gotcha. Okay. Copy text. Does this change the base? Because when I said 8 million, I meant 8 million. Is a child rational? Are the mentally not capable rational? Is someone who is illiterate and doesn't understand math or odds rational? Pi is not rational. We do know that. We know that. Yeah, Ace, I appreciate you posing this question. You cannot believe you're ever getting 100% read with 10 billion people. I'm going to say the thing that I learned last time I was talking with friends. You walk into a room with 2 parties of leftists, you walk out with 5 parties. And probably like a manifesto. This is why the question, what is the I guess, like, the floor for we cannot let this number of people die. Like Everest or Glenn or Hungry. Can you give me a number you would be okay? Does the number exist? Like a body count. Incapable people who are not like people who don't have the ability to tell the difference in between the two buttons, making a blind guess, can't perceive it, probably don't understand the language they're being asked in this, so like a child who doesn't have first language acquisition. You do value human life, but well, let's strip that back, Hungry. Why in this situation do you not? We have actually decided, like, in this conversation, that the genie with the buttons exist. Does that also mean we don't think about anyone else getting presented with this choice? If we're playing first past the post and we're trying to play a deathless run, the deathless run is either 100% red or 50.1% blue. Hey, Everest, don't instigate that. We're talking right now, it's fine. I'm team blue. And not some of it for like, I know my parents would pick blue. They're very much like alms-giving, charity-giving Catholics. I pick blue because I am an adult. I teach adult learners and I've taught children, and I know some people there are going to be picking blue on accident or without even thinking because they like the color blue. It's like one of those things where like, many people in this room I don't trust to tie their own shoes. Some of those were rooms with children. Some of those were rooms with adults. And like, they still get an equal set. Oh yeah, no, my value of my own life is lower than many other people. It's like that one does anyone know that Childish Gambino quote? The Childish Gambino quote about like, I could myself, it isn't that hard. I could do it right now. It's a goated interview. It really is. Pressing blue demonstrates a level of faith in humanity that has repeatedly demonstrated itself to be unworthy. This is the thing that I was looking, because I was looking at this on Twitter, and my main thing was like, wow, everyone here that like is very strongly feeling this has some underlying logic, but a lot of them were just like, oh yeah, no, it's not worth it. And we're like, wow, there's a lot of doomers in this choice. I guess my question then for like, let's see, okay, we'll call you Team Red, Everest, Hungry, Glenn. What do we talk about? Oh, okay. I lost track because I saw something I was confused about. Let's see. Well, I mean, Glenn, clearly no, Blue kept winning the polls. Blue kept winning the polls. And like, even if like we're under the impression that the people that voted in these polls were like lying to appear moral, there's gotta be some people acting in like good faith in the question and genuinely thinking like, yeah, no, I'd pick Blue. Now, Everest, why are you bringing color theory into this as if it's like the defining set? Like, I know I understand it's a bias, but this is still 300,000 votes, and like I don't think 12 points is within margin of error for color theory. Now, Everest, I want us to count the conditions you added. If it was green versus blue, so that's color theory, you're saying that's primary factor 1 as to why red lost in this poll. Not online, so this would be a real life poll, which we can't tell what people are voting, even though there is anonymity. And genuinely facing the dilemma, which kind of breaks thought experiment. I don't know why I'm putting my fingers up here. And variance on green's behalf from the inescapable, you're sure red would win. Do we care that red would win here? Like, is that the main thing? Like, are we aiming to have red win this case? Are we not like happy that blue won in this case though? Cause like it ends with 0 deaths? Is the goal to win the poll, or is the goal to like have the least number of deaths possible? And Hungry, I hope your life gets better. The way this is sounding, it's like, ooh, sounds kind of rough. Oh yeah, no, reincarnation, afterlife. Even though I think usually with afterlife, it's not like a corporeal thing. It's like, depending on what your version of like post-life is. Because like maybe if it's a one and done, like that's different than like, oh, you're going through the cycle again until you hit samsara. The least number of deaths only occurs with red? No, actually, the least number of deaths is 0, and the least number of deaths is also if blue hits 51 past the post. If half the world is dead, you become a non-sentient animal or plant. Like, if we're running odds and we're dealing with non-rational actors, which is wrong, like, that's 8 billion plus people all choosing the same thing, not counting anyone accidentally hitting. And like, if we're, again, first past the post for like a deathless run is either 8+ billion or like 4+ billion. Yeah, and Payne, thank you for dropping the honestly, picking neither. I think that one is actually the option where you pull a John Paul Sartre. Well, no. You pull a Sylvia Plath? Yes. No, Glenn, I think, like, you, Hungary, and Everest are coming from at least consistent positions. How many cooks spoils the broth? Technically, if someone pees in it, the answer is 1. But, like, is the broth, like, the primordial soup? Are we playing Evangelion here? Press both simultaneously, crash the machine? That might actually happen. If you choose... Will you die if you don't choose? That makes it more interesting, but that does move it away from the original framing of the question. And that makes it a different problem. Because then the theory becomes like... I think that does lead to a moral choice. Like, abstention versus purposeful, like, self-interest. Like, do you choose to be an observer in the poll? Because, like, then it's like, okay, there are 2 cases where like, if one wins, you don't. Because, like, assuming that... Oh, wait, never mind. My bad. I'm reading this. If less than 50% choose blue, so that means even harder for blue to pass the post. It's not going to be 33 1/3. If you can rig the polls, just... Oh, yeah, but we can't. We're giving people agency. And as seen in the original clarification by this pollster, that's not Mr. Beast, the original one. So thank you for pointing out that's not the right one, the original one, Ace. Kids. Consider if only 7% of people didn't choose blue. You could have been responsible for half the world dying by choosing blue with everyone else. Let's see. Consider if only 7 didn't choose blue. So a 93-7 split. I could have been responsible for half the world dying by choosing blue with everyone else. But they didn't, though. They didn't. I don't think it matters if, like, oh, 7% less. You can't believe that Mr. Beast took out half the world. I think he could. I think he could. Oh, okay. So you're saying if the swing was 49-51, I would be responsible? No, I wouldn't. I would be responsible for my death. I would be responsible for my death. Because I put myself behind a proposition and I knew that, because if I'm a rational being and I still choose to do that, remember, these are independent choices. They don't know how I vote. Everyone else who does blue is going under the assumption that other people are doing this too. Blue is the color of Mr. Beast. Blue is the morally correct option. Everest, I appreciate you doing theories here, but we also got to remember this isn't the original poll. Oh wait, no, this is the original poll. Let's see. The original poll was actually more blue, and this person had yellow in their post. And this is still a sample size of almost 100,000. Yeah, thanks, Echo. I got this months ago, and I just wanted to try it out. And, like, the thing is, like, the polls keep showing up. Like, there are more people running the poll, and blue is still winning. will Mr. Beast be efficient? I think Mr. Beast in this situation, he televises it, but also if you watched Beast Games #2, like the second season, you realize they actually had like a game of this where it was like you were supposed to bluff and rat out other people, and they had to physically like stop the game to change the rules because people refused to bluff. And I thought that was really funny because it ruined the game design because people chose not to rat out on each other, and that was the size of like maybe 20 people. The clip's really funny. The first link, Ace, yeah, let me get it. I don't think I can post it on here on YouTube. Actually, time out. Okay. Irrespective of what we're saying, is Mr. Beast pressing the red button or the blue button? Okay, so Everest saw it. They refused to bluff because they would be punished, viewed as evil by others. Ultimately, ratting people out would put a target on themselves. Yeah, no, it's flawed in a couple different ways. I think it was funny when it happened. Mr. Beast is pressing blue? Oh, yeah, B's saying that if it's a private vote, you can lie and say you voted blue. Okay, so I'm gonna reset the poll, and we're gonna ask the real question for someone who could actually possibly make this a real one. What button is Mr. Beast hitting? Remember, this is a private choice. It is a private choice. If you press the blue button, you give a 50-50 chance of surviving or dying. No, it's not a 50-50 chance. It's the results being anywhere above 50 is the win condition. So you get one person over half, that is the side that wins. Okay. It seems like we are overwhelmingly on the same side of people saying Mr. Beast would pick red. To save his own butt, I think we might be ascribing some moral thoughts there for him. But if we think about this in terms of like what he is, his metrics go down if half the world dies. And that's the worst case scenario. How much do you think his analytics team is going to crunch what are the odds in the splits in voting? No, I don't think he picks because he wants to appear more moral. I think it's because if that number of people are picking and people lose, he's losing out on ad revenue. Okay, so I'm also seeing we're having a lot of assumptions we're making here, and they're all different. They're all different. Everest is once again saying the want to appear moral. So we're ascribing that Mr. Beast in this situation cannot genuinely be moral. Ace is on the same line saying like, this is the grift, so he can say he voted blue. Glenn saying the vote for Mr. Beast is out of cruelty. Everest, I would ask that you don't talk about the Mr. Beast allegations in the chat. I'm trying to think, because like okay, so there's the general mistreatment, poor conditions working. He's also a really shitty filmmaker, but that's not like a crime. I mean, you can say negative things about Mr. Beast that are like not alleged but real. Worse than a crime is possibly a sin. Are we talking dogmatic sin? He doesn't own an air fryer. Okay, air fryers are super cool. I feel like It's like being forklift certified. You just get the boost. Is Dogma like Dogman? No, it's like... Dogman's a really fun movie. I like Dogman. So, like... It's like... You think about this a lot more when you're talking about religious arguments. It's a doctrine or belief in a religion or a political system. So voting along the lines of Dogma, saying like, I'm doing this because this is what this is said. God, I got Dogma bald, god damn it! God, I think Glenn won. I think Glenn won. Glenn wins, not even for any of the polls. I think Glenn just wins. If everyone chooses the red button, they can live without fear or dying. But you gotta also think here, like, do you think everyone... What are the odds of everyone in the world picking red? There are two conditions for the deathless speedrun. 100% like uniform votes or 51%, well 50.1 either way. This is where I was like, this is why we need to know what the body count allowance is here. Because, like, if we can get, like, a number that we can say and have on record is like, this is the max. This is the max. Yeah, Everest, I do have heterochromia. Oh my god, my eyes are buttons. Thank you. The question is confusing. If they focus on the question hard enough, the question literally says everyone who presses the red button. Yeah, that's the thing. No, well, that's what it is. If anyone who picks red doesn't have a loss condition. Like, we've determined where the lines are here. If people are acting in self-interest, like the people in here who have said they want to act in self-interest with no, like, thought of, like, people who are picking blue are picking red. And you assumed everyone was a rational actor, which, as someone who is a teacher, you can never assume that. It would make sense to pick red. I guess, Echo, in this question, at what point do you start thinking about the other people being given this choice? Like, what do you, in your calculations, do you take into account what anyone else is picking? Hi, Esteban. Hi. They should have understood the question better. I think you can understand the question. You can understand the question fully and still say, I'll pick blue. Oh, yeah, sorry. You didn't see the babies. Wait, give me a second. Wait. Balsamont, no. Here's the babies. Everest, I do appreciate your like, I appreciate your like, not reliance, your loyalty to color theory. I do still want to point out the first poll was a 16-point difference and the other swing was 7. And I also want to say, the goal is not to win the poll. The goal is to have 0 deaths. Like, I don't want to be like the curtains are just blue guy right now. But like, that's a lot of curtains to pull, dude. So your goal is to not have 0 deaths. It should be to minimize death and avoid the worst possible outcome. So the worst possible outcome then is like what? The worst possible outcome would be 4.1 bill. But how many outcomes are there where, like, you have one outcome that's, like, able to be reached that has 0 deaths, and then everything from one person voting blue to half of the world voting blue is a number of deaths, where I'm saying the answer is, like, you can strive first past the post. half 5 million, that's... Okay, so the bar is 500 milli. So that's 1/16 of the world. Okay, and Hungary is saying 3/8, so that's like what? Slightly above 37.5. Even though it's over 50% of the poll, it's not the same with the entire world. 8 with chosen red. Rest is 3 billion, could be opposite. We know a lot of under educated state. The world's most people choose red. So you're saying we're under the assumption that most people are voting red. Apart from there. Well, I mean, yeah, Yumi, there's like at least 3.5 more possible outcomes where over 500 do. Okay, so Hungry, you're saying you can see 3 billion. Did I just say pi? I did not. Did I? Maybe I did. So there's no maximum deaths you tolerate, just happy it's not number plus 1. Under my breath, I think I probably did say something about pi. It is a lot, but is there... Do you have a limit? Is there a limit? Wait, Echo, why are you hitting the calculator? Get a graphing calculator. This is gonna be a little bit more complicated, probably. If the world can get along with only 25, okay. So 1 in 4, so 2 million, 2 billion, 2 billion. Okay. I'm trying to think here. At least one of you is a libertarian. At least one. At least. One, but not all. Would you guess left or right leaning? I don't know, because your worldview, because like your view is standing up based on the one thought of like this theory here. Let's see. I'm doing look up here. What a horrible day to have yours. I said at least one. I'm hedging my bets, Glenn. I don't know, Hungry. I just think like you're fundamentally not trusting of anyone in the world right now. Like, you came in immediately, Hungry, with like a very strong position and you have not moved. So you are someone with a very strong, like, strong, like bone here. I'm starting from the beginning. I do think actually, no, I'm looking back up with you saying I'm fine with society ending the week. I don't know. Anarcho-syndicalist radicalist. No, but nihilism's probably the one there. Let's see. Everest, I cannot tell. I'm trying to think of like right now, like at what point is this like the game of min-maxers? Because I think Glenn running the Balatro gambling take is also an option. Okay, so Payne left lib. Sorry, not left lib, not left liberal, left libertarian. God, Everest, I'm trying to crack this here. Give me a sec. So you do know color. You are talking a lot about color theory. You're doing poll analysis. Let's see. Everett, just gonna let you know, you're in like a card-carrying Democratic Socialists of America's chat right now. You know that, right? Just like letting you know that. The monarchist, the grill centrist is the funny one. Grill centrist is the one that grills and watches. Yeah, I think moving away from the math here, the implications of this in any way goes a lot further. You're not far right though for what you think is worth the No, Hungry. I think like you are much closer to nihilist than what we're seeing here. Huh. Everest, that... Huh. Oh, no, that 3 was not that. Huh. Having 3 for that toggle is a lot. Yeah, I don't think we brought up that second one. I don't think anyone brought up that second one. Now, B, you're making it very difficult for me not to call you a good little boy. At that. Because you said! You said! What am I supposed to do with that? Yeah, sure, Yumi's a good little boy too. Okay, fine. Who's in line? Who's in line? It's fucking 10 o'clock at night. I have a new model. I have the boob window. I assume this would happen, but not like this. Not with the mod team. Glenn, can I say that? Just gonna get rid of down there. You're a good little asshat, Glenn, I guess? Does that make sense? The yay with the period after yay is a very strong statement there. It's a very strong set you've made there, Glenn. I think that's holding a lot of weight. Like a lot of weight there. Payne, can I call... Payne, is that you asking me to say something there? Not directly, but is it implied? Are you implying it, Pain? Do you want me to say it? I'm doing the bounce there. Don't send that to your... Do not send that to your professors. Do not tell your professors they are good little boys. Especially if you're doing research with your professors. I think that's a weird one there. That's probably a violation of a couple ethics. I think the institutional review board would probably have you leave that project. B is gonna tell their 71-year-old professor he's a good little boy. But art. Do you think they'd take the bit? Like, there are a couple people from when I was in college that I'm fairly certain those professors would laugh and be like, yeah, I know, I am. But, like, I'm thinking to, like, my religious history ones, I'm like, whoa, you're not gonna do that. He's the most normal old man? Okay. Bet, do it. Am I a Christian? I was raised Catholic, I practiced Presbyterianism, and I majored in Jewish studies. I am currently not attending any church or services. Glenn, if you write that script out, we can perform it at a later time. Sorry, I minored in Jewish studies. I think you don't need to say trans-religious and a-religious. I think, like, you could just say, I explored... Fudge, I can't say agnostic is the same as a-religious. That's a misnomer. That's not gonna be it. That ain't it. You think everyone's individual experiences of a society indifferent? No, it's not indifferent. I feel like I have stronger feelings towards religion than what one would imply. I think everyone's individual. Well, no, of course, I agree. Because like the thing is like, that's the thing. People aren't acting in like full rationality. Like, you're acting in the context of what happened the day before and the rest of your life. My decision is based off of like, okay, if I know how other people I've met would vote, would I be okay with them dying? Would I be okay with assuming they would want me to die? Because some of them, the answer is yes. Indecisive, I don't feel like there's much of a pull. I think the correct word, Yumi, is rationale. Now, I'm gonna just, no, don't. I don't think no. I'm sorry, no, that's no, no. Oh, B, he's gone. He's gone. No, Yumi, he's also gone. He's gone. He's gone. Yeah. He didn't go into it, but like, I got uncomfortable watching that last bit. I'm okay with like talking about like my religious experiences because I talk about it all the time, but I was like, No, this is his first time here. Or it was his first time here. No, and I was like, well, his worldview is consistent, but I think like the minute it starts interacting with people in the community that I care about, I'm like, let's not do that. I think the adding was the next one there. Wait, what? Is this the second one? It says I unhit. I just re-hit. Huh? Did I did the thing where I did like remove. He's unhide. I didn't click unhide once. I gotta check my thing. I don't know what happened there because like I didn't re-click him on that. Oh, no, Echo, I know. I was just, like, weird. So I'm like, we had a good conversation, but I don't think he needs to come back. Okay, let's see. Okay, he's not appearing on my banned list, so I'm gonna put him manually here. Okay, this is weird. He doesn't... I'm looking at his ad, it's not pulling anything. Like, when I put him into the user management, he's not showing up. Oh, Echo, I was like, eh. Vibe's kind of off with Everest. Like, Yumi, I'm sending you this right now. Like, he doesn't show up. I'm gonna do a quick, like, refresh and see if he popped up again. No, B, it's not your fault. No! Yumi, we've been over this. You're here. That was a very forceful no, Yumi. I'm sorry. That was a lot. It's not even like he was acting poorly. I think it's just like we're a very... I don't know if y'all... I don't know if I didn't put a census out here, but there's a lot of people who are gay, and I'm like, ooh. I was like, if we keep going down this line, the last time we had someone asking about religion, we had Quotidian. And that one went a weird way. Get my settings up. You know what's funnier, Benny? No, Yumi. No. You stay. How do I get to my settings on this? Oh god, this is where I really bad at this. Okay, so I've got... How did I find the settings in the first... I lost them. Not in customize, not in community, not on manage videos. I've got moderation, user management. Okay. Oh, okay. It took a while. He's on the hidden users now. He's there. God, there were so many. I was going through all the quotidians alls and like it's a bunch of them. Couldn't pay your air fryer tax. Yumi, if you don't have an air fryer, we'll get you an air fryer. Ah. How about we, you know what? Let's support the air fryer set here. Not for nothing, but we're going snails in chat. What's the point in coming here if you know no one agrees with you? Well, I feel like we've had dialogue on a couple things, but preemptively, I don't think it would have been a good match, Hungry. Did I toggle sad? No, I toggled cape. Ah. There, okay, I fixed it. All right, we got the snails in chat for Yumi. There's also a worm, apparently. The point of coming here to watch the anime boy make this face. That is one of those. Yumi is threatening to commit a snurder, a snail murder. Ace dropping the snake, frog, Robin. Is that a crow? Can I just say, I am so proud of all of you. That entire conversation, which was over an hour, I did not once feel like people did not know how to read. Like, baseline knowing how to read. Which is a lot more than I would say in other places. We've got horses, too. I think those are horses. I have my glasses off. Oh, you're reading... Yeah. I like us having the thought experiment. I do think it does reveal a lot about, like, our both thought processes, but also it helps with morals. Like, I think, like, we've had, like, this conversation, like, both Yumi and B, I feel like your choices were at least informed by, like, not wanting to live in a world without that. At least that's what I saw when y'all were saying that, like, yeah, there's no trust, less doctors. Yeah. I was very happy to see the disagreement be, like, decently, like, principled on that set. Yumi, you're not selfish. That's not why you chose blue. Really? Okay. Take care, Echo. Hopefully you get unanimous consent for 8 billion people. Oh. Pain. Pain. It's from the Take Me to Snurch video. It's not really morals based on red or blue. It's what you actually think. So, like, Yumi, I actually kind of want to know this then. Why would you say blue is selfish? Because I think selfish is a moral judgment. And that might be Catholic upbringing. Yeah, take me to Snurch. I snurship at the... Is it Schnein? At the Schnein of your life? Or your Schnein of your snife? I'll confess my snins, and you'll sharpen your snife. Offer me that sneth, defy me, good lord. Let me give you my snife? Take me to Snurch. Right? Did I put too many snuz? Can't really feel empathy towards people who have made a rational decision getting what was clearly stated. See, I think you have a very, like, high bar for who's deserving of empathy then. It was... I don't think there was a statement that, like... I'm gonna get the original one up here again. They were told 2 conditions. In all but one occasion, there is at least 1 death. If there's a red win, there's only 1 outcome. But if you pass up, I don't know, Glenn. Maybe it's because, like, maybe it's the socialism talking. But also, maybe I just have a death drive. Maybe I just don't want to be here. Maybe I don't want to go to work tomorrow. All right, Yumi, you don't have to tell us. It's okay. We can stop prying on this. It's fine. Oh, God, I'm shedding so much hair. It's so bad. I also think that, like, we're really coming to the conclusion that everyone is a rational actor in this for, like, the red side. Because, like, again, I respect that all of you have come to that decision, but the condition that underlies that for what seems to be most of y'all's is either that you're okay with only rational people living, or that everyone is making a rational choice. To be called rational, you're acting the most utter tool way imaginable, crazy. Well, I mean, again, like, right than liked is definitely a way to work. Remember, I work in tech. I've seen a lot of that too. Remember, I work with fast moving software, which means I'm seeing AI being like, yeah, we can accelerate this with less guardrails, and hopefully, maybe we don't get people fired. Let's see. Hungry, you can't feel empathy for a lot of people. However, that doesn't mean... Well, okay, so, like, would you... Hungry, I want to see if your worldview here is, like... Do you believe you're worthy of empathy? Because I think, like, the value of, like, are they worth feeling empathy for is a level of inferiority scaling. Because emotionally speaking, you want to protect as many people as possible, you'd pick blue. Rationally speaking, you'd hope most would pick the choice that ensures the least amount of deaths. You probably don't? Well, you know, Hungry, I hope someone gives you a hug, because you're a human being deserving of empathy, and that's what we owe each other. That's logically consistent, but I wish you believed you are worthy of empathy. How much prior study? I think this is like the Good Place. No, B. Because like when I asked Hungry about the thing, it was in response to the thing, I can't feel empathy for other people. That doesn't mean I think they're inferior to me. And I was like, does that imply that like you don't think you're worthy of empathy? Because I think that would mean there's a scaling there naturally. Like, at least if you're doing a stat chart. I am also trying to unwind this web we have made in chat. Let's see. Yeah, the timeline here is weird. I also appreciate y'all being... Y'all are very patient with each other. Again, thank you for being patient. Yeah, B, you should... B, when you say 12, isn't that 13 minutes from now? If I... Oh my god, B. B, do I need to kick you out for the next 10 minutes? If I do, does that mean Yumi's the only mod on the channel? Do you lose it afterwards? No, I can't. Wait, actually, no, B. I think you're also technically a member, so you would lose member. Oh, we talking about the rock guy? No, Yumi, you're my longest serving mod besides Cookie, and I like you being here. Payne, I respect you as like someone who is at least saying you're leaning left lib. I do think sometimes you do run pretty close into Griller. So like, you're left lib who probably owns a smoker. In which case, what kind of meats would you like to smoke? Sorry, left libber. There's gotta be a better way to denote that. We don't love our grillers here, Yumi. We don't. We love the meats. We don't like people who are grillers. Like, if we have a roller from 7-Eleven, we don't love grillers? No, because I like my meats smoked, and I like my meats on hot dog rolls from 7-Eleven. Steak is fine. It's okay. It's not amazing. Griddles are good too, because then you got eggs. Is there a difference between smoked and grilled? Yeah. I worked in a kitchen for 6 years. If I don't see another flat top for the rest of my life, that's difficult because I have one where I live. But I would much rather have like the nice, fine, aged and smoked wheat over cherry wood so it's getting that extra taste in it. Like a nice smoked brisket that my uncle is doing in the backyard. That's my shit. Yeah. I want to call my uncle now. We're smoking meats, brisket over apple. That's the spirit. That's the way to go. Smoked salmon's also pretty good, even though I personally think that the best way to consume salmon is in lox. Like, you know, you get yourself a nice bagel, a good schmear with some sour cream and onions, some capers, and then like some tomatoes. Get it cured, nice it on there, and just like go to town on it. Go to town. You did show me the smoker, Ace, and it looks really good. Yeah. kind of want to look up what to get in a meat smoker. Ooh, you know what? We fully missed the possibility of pulled pork. We fully missed pulled pork. Maybe actually, no. I kind of want pulled pork now. Like a nice, like, black and, like, kind of ashy taste on top. Cutting right through it, get those nice juices flowing. Start pulling it apart with your, like, different, like, no, I was gonna say spoons. No, use the forks, and just, like, put it on a bun. Butter it a bit. Honestly, put a grill on there, and then put the pulled pork there. Okay. So Glenn says goal was survival. So that does align with what Glenn said. So ideologically consistent. Hungry, goal was to live, ideologically consistent. Pain, self-sacrifice, possibly, so long as it benefits more. And, oh, wow. Damn, Glenn, that's a... Yeah, that's a high stake you put yourself there for. Wow. Do you think doctors would take the Hippocratic Oath into account with this? Like... Ooh, this is rough. I gotta talk to a doctor. Damn, that's a good smoker. Y'all didn't see it, but Ace just sent me a picture of the smoker. Also, why am I behind the chat? Oh yeah, because I'm usually in the middle. Here I am. Okay, better. Ace, is that actually the size of the smoker? Like, actually? Nice. Yumi, Ace showed me his smoker. Show me yours. Let me know. Send me a picture of your smoker. You don't know what a smoker looks like? Well, you're gonna have to guess and make it 6'9". Glenn's saying, you either have to take the chance of living in a shit world where only the red survive or be dead forever. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in a red room. I would not want to be in a room with reds. I feel like I would not be able to deal. No, because the other people in my profession, I'm fairly certain would pick blue. And I'm like, dang, those people are cool. I'd rather them, like, live, please. Hungry. Hungry. Hungry, if you're at rock bottom, I'm sorry, dude. That's unfortunate. I keep saying this. I hope you find value in your life at minimum right now. But that's... yeah. Right now I'm running through a list and seeing like how many of my ex partners are going to be picking red. I think okay. I think it's 1 versus 3 on my ex partners picking red. Okay, but what about my neighbors? Okay, my neighbor's a doctor. So he's probably picking blue. Does my godnephew have a job right now? I don't know. I'm really running through this full list and seeing like, oh, who's actually gonna be, who's making out of this here? I don't know. I don't. Yumi, I still haven't gotten a picture of your smoker. Yeah. Smokers aren't real? Then what did Ace send me? Yumi? Are you telling me that the barrel with applewood and then the fire starter at the bottom that I've been eating like out of for like the past like oh god, it's been a couple years, like 3 years of my high school life at my uncle's house doesn't exist? It was a guy wearing 5 trench coats, but they got shorter. Okay, but let's be honest. If there was a big meat, I think big meat would probably be more in favor of like big stovetop, just because you can cook more meat faster that way. Smoker is time-based. Or like a microwave. No, microwave's not that. Like I want to see now, what does it look like when we have a contortionist of 5, like, just like 5 dudes, and they need to make themselves look into a smoker, so they gotta get like iron hard, and they gotta be like fully rounded out. One has to be the top cycle, one has to be the bottom cycle, so I think it's 3 layers. Oh god, how do you get the meat inside of it? Because there's the one person that's the lid. Does it have to go in the mouth and then out the... No, that's a human scent smoker. I don't think that's good. Okay. I know people are empathetic. A social contract can form without empathy. Social contract is formed by necessity. It's either a form of society or perish to the tigers. Maybe not tigers. I guess the thing there is, like, do we take social contract to be informed by, like, these people not having existed in a society beforehand? Like, when the social contract existed, that's, like, distinctly when we decided to make societies. But Glenn, in the philosophy space, let's think about this here. Do we think there are now different conditions for a new social contract, a new covenant, essentially? If we want to go into the religious means here. Okay, so Ace of the opinion the social contract is now broken, cannot hold. So, Ace, I'm going to take that to mean, like, you think there is no renegotiation. Not really. Institutions are still in place and the dangers of outside society are still there. There's pressure to keep the contract steady and no pressure to reform it. So, like, you don't think there's going to be a post 9/11, god damn it, 9/11 surveillance state kind of, like, paranoia that's coming out of this? Do you think that, like, the thought that another genie button press would appear, like, doesn't pass their minds? Glenn, Glenn, reset the counter. We 9/11'd. We 9/11'd. No, the social contract, Hungry, is just an idea of how the government should work. And I don't think that's what it is. The social contract is a little bit more complicated than that. Thank you very much, Glenn, for the counter. The answer is 0. We are now on day 0 of no 9/11 references. Like, a social contract is the choice to be like, we will no longer be constrained to nature. We will live in a society together. It's like where you give up radical freedom in favor of both safety and cooperation. Yeah, so you're saying the social... No, it comes from people. But en masse is the idea that the social contract is what allows us to be in a society that gives way to govern and institute. So, like, at some point in the past, there was... Before, I was like, no, what age is this? Nondescript time when they decided we're no longer in hunter-gathering groups, we are settling down. Or maybe even, like, when you're just, like, making groups. I gotta reread my Rousseau. Or not my Rousseau, my... Gosh. I think... No. Contract is Hobbes. I gotta get my philosophy in order here. There's a concept I'm trying to remember here. I think it was called the Veil of Ignorance. Who was that? It was Rawls who was Veil of Ignorance. Okay, I gotta look at this one here. The original position theory. Okay, Glenn dropping. A lot of structures of the current social contract are already self-serving. Debatably, it's all self-serving. You serve the army because either that or you'll die in the incoming invasion. But does that not, like, guarantee more people won't die if you lose to the invasion? Did my music stop? I think it did. Wait. Okay, it's back. I'm lowering down a bit. Let's see. If you argue that Kaz, the incentives are still in place so that a purely selfish actor would still be incentivized to fight. So a selfish person working toward a goal that also works with an unselfish actor, does that matter to you? I think the end there is like you're in a society and you benefit from society, even if it is self-serving. Yeah, no, have fun recovering from the drink pain. I hope you don't get hungover. Thank you. Glenn, I'm gonna do another read on this here. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna read through again. Social contract can form without empathy. The social contract is formed by necessity. It's either form a society or perish to tigers. Institutions are still in place after the fall. The dangers of society are out there, so there are still, yes, there are still tigers. There's pressure to keep the contract steady. We already live in a world not far off from that. I think that was in favor, that was in relation to the thing I was talking about, the surveillance state. Let's see. Huh. Society would progress technologically, there'd still be... Well, okay, so I guess at this point, what would you predict would be the... Do you not think there would be, like, a renegotiation of laws after this, like, mass disappearance event, Glenn? There'll still be some... Actually, there'll be less people to plow the field, so, like... Would that not lead to, like, a vacuum of, like, more people needing to move into that yeoman flower life? Did we have one after the pandemic? I do think there's more leftists after the pandemic. I also think there are probably, like, more dead boomers. Was there one after 1918? But, like, 3 billion, though. If we were running at 3.8. Oh, renegotiation. Okay. I think if the question was, is there a renegotiation of the social contract? I think the renegotiation is we don't trust people now. We don't trust people to listen to institutions. We don't trust people to think about other people. And I think that 2016 was bad. 2016 was bad. I think 2019 at the initial outset was worse. Oh. The renegotiation is like, what do people think of society? Do we change how we interact with each other out of the knowledge that we have gained from this event? Like, acknowledging that people who survived because they chose red and everyone died were the people that chose blue. Would people come to terms with that? I think some people would be racked with guilt. I think some people, that is their dream and they're happy it happened. I do think it'd be a depression spiral for a lot of people. You don't think that? We already live in a world mired and explicitly hostile and adversarial? But what if it was more? What if it was more? Like, mired in hostile, adversarial relationships. But now, like, I think after this happens, you fall out of a place where you can say it's outside of my purview, because you did make an choice. So I think on a personal level, everyone would have to negotiate that. We live in a world with nukes. It doesn't get more hostile than that. H-bombs. H-bombs. I think there was a renegotiation. You got to remember, there was at some point a nuclear deal with Iran to halt the building and allow them to enrich at some point. Also, yay, B, it's been submitted. Oh God, you have the hell one left. Hopefully. And Yumi, good luck with the 2 more finals. To find a way to do 15 pages, start and finish a printout for 9 a.m. Monday, packing, moving out. Oh. Yeah. Well, huh. Now I'm thinking about this. Glenn, if the world with nukes is the most hostile it can get, how do you describe everything after Hiroshima and Nagasaki up until now? All right. Take care. Good night, Hungry. I hope you feel more at home in the world. I hope. Yes, B, go get fries, please. Or order fries. You've earned it. You've done a good job. Wait, Yumi, does that mean Ace cloned himself 5 times? Are there 5 aces? Did we Balatro the deck? Did we death a deck? Alright, B, well, I mean, if you're heading out, let us know that you make it back safe. I'll be up here for a bit. I don't know, like, I don't have to go to work for a while. I'm free. We hit AC 4 times Now, Yumi, do we think he's a joker or do we think he's just a card? The worst of times, it couldn't be a time of more attrition and hostility. But the ramp up, though. Like, do you think there was like an immature? I guess I'll say this here. Let me pull this back. If you were like, I'm not gonna say tier list. That's not. No, power skill's not the right word either. Shit. I guess, Glenn, at the development of the nuclear bomb, is there no coming back? Because that sounds like it's a lost society at that point, because if we did use bombs. Like, those were used. Like, it's a tenuous thing. I do think it gets worse. I think it's actively getting worse, because remember, They stopped the armament of Iran. Okay, let's see. Country with a nuke cannot nobly disarm itself now in a world where it's been demonstrated that it can be used as cruel as it gets. Okay, so yeah, so we're lost. Glenn, are we in a lost world hypothesis here? At that point, do we give in to, I don't know, hungry nihilism at this point? I mean, pulling back to buttons, is the goal not to put us in a position where the leaders in place would not press the 2 buttons needed for the nuclear football? You wouldn't trust the world to suddenly become less cruel? Well, that's the thing. It's not suddenly. It's a process. It's a process. Sorry, Yumi, when I said nihilist, I probably should have added the adage, whatever Hungary was saying, because they described themselves as nihilists to match what was going on there. No, you're right. Not nihilist. I feel like, well, time out. If there is no way to get less cruel, is there purpose or value in life after that point? Nihilism colloquially used to have no hope in life, but that's not really Yeah, no, yep, the schools of thought are different. Yeah, I'm aware. It's another thing that I have issues with absurdism. Because that's also a weird lack of meaning. Life doesn't have value or purpose. Those are things we made up, but that doesn't mean we have to give into despair. We can still try and be happy. Okay, hi, what's up, Sartre? Well, Glenn, I'm trying to figure out, are you putting yourself in a bind? Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, is this a philosophical bind when we find ourselves in, oh god, I'm scrolling back up to find the verbiage here we used. More hostile world. No, Yumi, you're good. Thank you for checking our verbiage. That's important. It is important. This is value in the discussion. I guess, Glenn, my thing comes down to this is like, do you believe in the possibility of societal change? After this, we'll call it like a nexus point, a point of no return, of like the creation and use of nukes by the American government in Japan. Not really. If a nation legitimizes itself by force, by having an army bad enough to defend its interests, we have already the worst possible weapons in place. There's no going back. Damn, that's dark. I mean, I don't know. I have hope in some things. Like locally, I feel like we've been doing pretty good locally where I'm at. Pretty strong judicial system, leans pretty prog. Pretty prog governor. I don't know. I feel like I'm doom and gloom, but I had this actual conversation here as well when I was on Twitter, because I got into a tiffle a bit with this British VTuber about, you know, the value of having hope in media and to not fault something for like aiming for like giving that sense of hope and belief. Maybe I'm fucking stupid, but like I'd rather have people be animized by hope than doom, because I think it's a much better motivator, at least in terms of creating like healthy actions. Like, I don't know if y'all were here last year, but I was on a death drive for a minute. Because it's like, well, it can't get worse. As opposed to like, well, this could get better if we actively do this. Inject the hopium? Yeah, Yumi, you're gonna have a fun life. You're gonna be so cool. We're gonna get a group photo with Yumi, Dendo, Blood, Lemon, Esteban, etc., etc. Also Mars. That's fun. That's gonna be cool. Other hopium things. I don't know. It's gonna be sunny out tomorrow, probably. The sun's coming up, unless something really weird happens, Project Hail Mary style. The Also Mars, I forgot that. Yumi, did we get a group photo together? I gotta look. I'm gonna check my gallery. Okay? You like when it's cloudy? Well, then maybe for you it's better. You believe in the choice of accepting reality for its greenness, but still not choose to give in to despair? Yeah, no, you have the choice. I'm just saying, like, if we have the choice and if we get people to also make those choices, I feel like you can tip the scale eventually. You don't usually taking photos? Was I drunk enough to take a photo during karaoke, or was that just Isaac taking pictures of me drunk off my ass? Okay, so that's Japan trip 1, which is before LA 1. That's LA 1, but that's before we hung out. No, that's some good food. That's some good fucking food I'm looking at right now. That's LA 2 on a business trip. That's San Diego. That is a Jollibee in New York. Yay, B got the fries. I'm trying to figure out if I have a photo of when I was drunk doing karaoke with Yumi. When did I go to LA? Jesus. For Anime Expo. You got fast food fries. That's still pretty good. That's still pretty good. That's Japan 1. When the hell did I go to Anime Expo? Did I have my hair cut? Louise. Oh, Louisiana Vito's fries are great. I want to go to Wingstop, but I can't do anything tomorrow. No, it couldn't have been after Dendo trip, was it? I have so many pictures of like Shohei Ohtani on my feed. It cannot be. It cannot be that. It cannot. Okay, that one is a local convention. Oh, I found LA. Yumi, who's the VTuber obsessed with voodoo fries? B, I'm concerned. I am concerned that seeing someone get hit by a bus is on your radar, but I guess it's happened, so you can't take that out. Let's see. You've gotten attacked and you've seen someone get... Oh! Okay. Yeah, B, every time I have to think about New York, I guess it'd be like that. Wowie zowie. Yeah, B, at this point I'm like, yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get desensitized to every time you say it in New York. Yeah, Glenn, I also see, that is a good one. Like, mathematically speaking, if you don't feel the concept, if you don't feel guilt, or if you don't feel personal responsibility for the deaths of the other people, that does make it a little bit more likely for you to say red. And, like, I think that's a way to get through there. You say, Lamar, lol, this happened, not a ton. Oh, no, this happened? Okay. Like, I don't immediately morally fault someone for picking red. Some of the people I saw in the comments picking red, I was like, oh my Jesus Christ, please do not let you near any one of my friends. Too sheltered to not be shocked. I think you can be sheltered and still be scared and still be like chill with it. I mean, you could have been on the internet too early. Okay, there's my manga nada. B, did I send you the picture of me next to the giant Garfield at that movie studio? You don't think so? Well, okay, I'm finding stuff right now. I'm passing it along. Give me a second. Your fries look good. Can I see? Can I see? No photo of you. No. No, Yumi. I just sent it. It exists. This is not great watching or listening content because I'm scrolling through and just trying to find pictures of my mods. Well, pictures of or for my mods. Wait. Where are you, Garfield? I do have a photo. Yeah, you look so happy. You look so happy. What? No, don't ew that. That's a fun photo. Yeah, no, B, that was outside of the studio. You should be that should be you holding his hand. I feel bad. I think I just stole Mars's bit. Let's see. Okay. I know that both mods are here. One is Team Snail. Can I trust y'all to be civil while I go pee? Are y'all gonna be good with that? Can a Filipino boy get a little pee going on? That way he doesn't, like, you know. Actually, there's no escaping that. No? Okay, alright. Well, I'm still gonna walk. Okay. Heading out. I will be back in 2 minutes. Be people who can know how to read, because you've proven you can, so you can't take that back. All right, y'all, I'm back. Did you burn the house down? Are we live? Are we good? Are we good? Okay, so it's a bit on fire. See, you never take pictures of yourself. You don't need to. Okay. I didn't ask for pictures. I meant for pictures of your fries, B. You did? Wait. Oh, okay. Sorry. I was like, I have my device, my mobile device, and my desktop device. Therefore, I didn't see anything. I got boosted. What? Oh, oh, yo, that is good. That's good. No, and B, don't do that. Remember, I do this because I've decided that there's no way that this is a viable career path for me, and I'm just doing it to chill, which is why I've been so much more like having these talks with you. And again, oh my god, this was very nice. I think I needed this a lot. Like, very calm discussion. I think we were able to dig down very quickly to individual goals and motivations and determine that the goal difference is the main issue here. For some of the people that are no longer currently in, I think we found out Hungary's depressed. I think we're going to bed tonight concerned about the state of society, which is a good thing to do before May Day. Keep in mind, May Day, workers of the world unite. celebrate your local union. If you do have the ability to boycott, do something tomorrow. I know that I will not be purchasing anything tomorrow, which is going to be difficult because I do not have food in my house. So, well, I have a little bit. I don't have much, but I do have to go to work still. And my car's almost out of gas. Yeah, International Labor's Day. No, it was, I'm currently trying to figure out, like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do for International Workers of the World Day? Like, what is it? Is it time to read Das Kapital on stream? Is that your bedtime is that everyone's bedtime story tomorrow? Do I play Toontown again? Strike? No, don't strike. If I get a YouTube copyright strike, that means we're busted. Don't bust? No? Okay. Alright. Alright, Chosen. You never bust. The Chosen. God, I can't do a good Chosen. God, okay, wait. I gotta fix there. Impressive. No, I don't. This is gonna bother me. I should have a Chosen voice down. I do it. I watch so much. You read the entire... Okay, I read the entire works of Horkheimer Adorno. I got a trivia question on that right because I read both of them in my Introduction to Religion course, and it was good. And then it was also my God After the Shoah course. You can't do it either. It makes you upset. B, but can you do the hello, Princess? No, hello, Princess. Wait. Can I... Wait. Nope. B, you know I can make this sound better than I am right now. You've heard it. Nope. I can't do the feet clap. What is happening today? I don't even have the... Wait, I'll get the belt. It's so difficult. I'm doing this while sitting in a chair. So it's like I've got stirrups on. It's weird. Okay, how did I set this up the last time? So it goes one toe on this end. And then, oh God. Let's see. How did I do this? Okay, well, I don't, Let's see. Everyone's going to real college, you're going to law school, memorize a bunch of cases. Well, that's good. You can I mean, if you believe in precedent being important, that's probably very important for you in your practicing role. Remember, I went to school for film linguistics and religious studies. I was made to be the most annoying person you've ever met. And the most, like, aggressively outspoken person you've ever met. And the most pedantic, and can we get into that person you've, like, dude, Glenn, I cannot stress enough that the, the coalescence of all three of those fields of study mean that I'm meant to do that. You know what, Glenn? You're right. You didn't have to mix. You went for it. You went for it. Full min-maxing. No, B. Remember, I have a minor in Jewish studies. I am not Jewish, either ethnically or religious. And I'm not in academia. I'm that part of my degree does absolutely nothing for me. Linguistics just gives me, like, you know, the ability to tease out language and metaphor and euphemism and calling out dog whistles. Now, B, don't threaten me with a good time. Let's see. That is actually just Gianmarco Ceresi, but half and half. I guess another thing we can ask ourselves is, like, does having a degree in general, like, give you stuff? Like, look at the language here. The most useless degree. I don't know, do we find that, like, you need to have a physical proof of, like, anything that you've worked for? You're going to college, so at the very least, if you finish out the degree, you have the ability to complete projects and stick to something for a prolonged period of time with dedication. If you've done academic reading, like, you can decipher text, you can do analysis, you can read things comparatively, you have touch points to talk about in conversations like this. Glenn, if we look up there, do you know how much we were able to bring up from, like, actual, like language used in philosophy? I dropped John Rawls' Veil of Influence, and we didn't even get into it. We talked about social contract theory, even if it was kind of rudimentary. We name-dropped Hobbes, but not, like, in the common, like, life is brutish and short. I think that's value. And if anything, it's like, okay, yeah, you're informed. You have more perspective. Like, do I have less perspective than, like, I don't know, someone who stopped at high school? Possibly. Is my perspective different in something I can use that is different from them? Also true. Never mind, Glenn. I gotta stop America-centricing right now. You are Brazilian. That is true. You are Brazilian. So yeah, so, like, if you think that the law degree is there and it's useless, social capital is something you can take. Yumi dropping the... It's a physical book about lawyers you can touch. Yes, that B has somehow won. I think B has won this night here today. No, B with the yaoi book is winning. But B, you say your brother is almost fluent or was fluent in Chinese, but what if you did ask him to translate it? What if you did? Oh my god, wait. Oh my god. I'm trying to figure out if, like, he would have a conniption. Because, like, when people have conniptions, that's funny because the word conniption is funny. Wait. It might be Japanese? Oh, wait, no, Yumi can translate that. Yumi can do, that's Yumi's alley. Is it just because you saw kanji? Because, like, they're shared, wait. Oh my god. I don't have a not safe for work channel, so I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think that's gonna work in the Discord. Shit. No, Yumi gets a raise. Yumi gets a raise if that happens. Hi, Tengu. Hi, Tengu. The button, this is the button. We've learned a lot about each other tonight. We've learned that Hungry is very depressed. Sorry, we've learned that Hungry has worldviews that would be benefited if they had a better life right now, and they went to bed, so we hope they're doing well. I'm realizing my head is shaking weird. Yumi says Chinese. No! No! It's so over, y'all. It's never been more over. More over to this. Leave a like. It helps the channel. Banning Yumi for translating? No, we would not. We would give Yumi a raise. I would pay my mods. Okay, B now. Well, B now. I want to see it. I want to see it. Like, how intense can this yaoi get? You only show the cover. Edgeworth is in a bunny suit, pure filth. Okay, I'm opening it up. I'm opening it up. I'm looking this up on my own dime and seeing what's in it. If I just search that's the wrong one. I was gonna pull it up on the screen. Am I the god of... Yes, but I don't want to have NSFW my server. Edgeworth, bunny suit, now. Huh. That is whole. I think I searched for something and I think I saw whole. That might not have been the book you're looking at. Thank you, B. Thank you, B. Okay. I'm putting in my earbuds for this one in case this is bad. Oh my god, I paused and now I see dick. Is that a micro bikini? Oh my god, no. It goes on for so long. Every frame is a painting. And I'm going frame by frame at this. Oh my. Something is going in. I'll tell you that. Jeez. Okay. All right. Hi. Hello. And B, this isn't your fault right now, but does, like, Edgeworth ever get above a half chub? I am. Yeah. Yeah. B was shuffling the deck with the Yowie. Like, y'all didn't hear, like, the laugh, right? Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. It's okay. Life is fine. I've just witnessed Edgehole. I did. I got exactly what I asked for. That was an informed decision. Were they shuffling their decks? Something, look, there was some magic happening, I'll tell you that. There was some real magic. Real freaky. You think I looked more than you did, B? Almost certainly. Almost certainly I did. The difference is you can do that more often because it's in your possession. You own that book. Actually, wait, time out. I do have like 6 volumes of Rent-A-Girlfriend hentai. I just don't know where it is in the house. I should figure out where that is. Glenn, other lawyer's orifice. It could be anywhere in the house, and I have roommates. Yes, I do. I also have like a DVD copy of Itadaki Sekai? Itadaki Seiki. The one with the vampire. Fun fact, and I mean this in the most actual way. Both of those were supposed to be gifts. One to another VTuber I'm friends with, who is a big fan of Pochi, the artist behind the Rent-A-Girlfriend hentai I own. And then one for my friend who is fucking brain rot to hell and has some real choice figures. I was like, you know, this is your birthday gift, and I haven't been able to give it to him yet. So, eating life juice. Look, hey, I was just very vulnerable with y'all. I let y'all know I'm in possession of multiple physical books of Rent-A-Girlfriend hentai. I'm not saying leave a membership, but like a like at minimum, please. Giving someone Rent-A-Girlfriend hentai as a birthday gift, it's not so much as Rent-A-Girlfriend, it's the fact that it's Pochi Mama, the person who does the art for like Ryan. Like, one of those, I went all the way to Japan to get. Like, that's gotta count for something. I went to... You just showed Chinese also, I don't know. Yeah, being none of us here are Chinese. Glenn, I'm gonna say it out loud. Rent-A-Girlfriend hentai. Anyway, don't forget to smash that like button. I feel like I don't ask that enough, but also, I think everyone has left. Because we're no longer discoursing, and I am happy that we got through that pretty unscathed, and I hope everyone here is still friendly with each other. Yes, Tengu, but I don't believe it was your hole. I'm hoping it wasn't. Okay. Smash the like button 3 times. That is good. That the odd number is good. This all came from Glenn talking about law degrees? Yes, it did. Also, B, give me a second. I'm gonna send you a picture of me in Joypolis. I think when I was in Joypolis, there was a... There is a picture of me and Dendo, I think, when we're getting around, because it's the Sony / Sega owned park in Odaiba, and because of that, they're just like cardboard cutouts. lot of greasy yowie. That's not the furthest jump we've made. Glenn, we're not asking you to dox yourself. I have seen other VTubers graduations before though, like actual in real life graduations. You know what? Something many of y'all have not seen, the me and a maid outfit. I think that one went back to private. Let me see. Joypolis, where are you at? Because I think Joypolis was a day 1. No, because I'm in Osaka in that one. We went to the thing. Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Awesome, Glenn. Sometimes you gotta check. That's Tony Chopper. That's when we went to Shibuya. That's when we went to Tokyo Tower. Oh, Daiba, where are you at? Please. I need to see you. There was the zoo. We went to the zoo? Oh yeah, we went to Ueno Park. Alright, B, I just sent you the thing. You like Chopper, Cotton Candy Deer? Chopper, Tony, Tony, Tony? Tony, Shalhoub? Tony, Montana? Yeah, B, those are real figures. They were just like off in the back corner. Like there was like one, like you see that machine to the left? Like you can you just get to play Ace Attorney on like an arcade machine. And there was like, I didn't go inside because I think me and Dendo were going to the it was the Attack on Titan experience. Yeah. No, Japan was very fun. Yeah, Yumi, I'll send them over to you too. You wanna go to Japan? I want to go for a 3rd time. I'd like to go a 3rd time. I need to relearn all the Japanese I have forgotten and not been studying since I took this new job at my same workplace. I think Yumi, my travel partner, he gets first dibs on going with me to Japan. Because I went with my best friend. I went with Dendo, who I had not met in person at the time. So my 3rd one, I think friend Eyes, he's owed the Japan trip. Oh God, I'm tired, but like not tired. I kind of want to go into the Discord and watch something. I don't know. Does anyone else want to go into the Discord and watch something? I could use a little bit of levity. It's 2 a.m. Glenn. Oh. Well, it's midnight here. Okay. Well, Glenn, I hope you have a good sleep. Thank you for being so, like, cognizant and cogent in your speech. I do hope we at some point go row fight the power, but like, you know, you got a good head on your shoulders. You're doing law. You seem to not be into scummy law, so have a good night. Dark Water original version. I have not seen that. And Yumi, goddammit, I'm scrolling down to find the stuff, and it's just taking a while to get there. Okay. You have to get up early tomorrow? Oh. Let me... Here. It's been It's been a stream of all time. I hope we all learned something about ourselves, and hopefully we can have more dialogues on this in the future if we're okay with it. Yeah, this was actually a very well principled stream. I'm gonna find a thing there. Same director as the original Ring. Huh. Yeah, gifts to make? Okay. Later, Tengu. Okay. I'm gonna raid and dash. Where is my redirect? There is my redirect. Shins up. Shins up. Right. You're not in any semi-field. You're mostly just dealing with boring law stuff. Good. Good. Alright. I'm going to the Discord for like at least 10 minutes. But 3 hours ain't bad. Thank you, everyone. I'm gonna turn off the music. And my name is KazCassidy. If I don't see you soon, I'll see you later. Bye. Wait, sorry. I gotta hit the blue one. Why is it hard to wink? There we go.